Want to know how top CFP candidates get their $9,000 certification covered? That number sounds quite intimidating, but here's what successful candidates know. Not only are there multiple ways to fund it, but smart choices can significantly reduce the cost from day one. In this video, we're going to cover 3 key things: the exact breakdown of that $9,000 figure and where it comes from, how smart program choices can potentially cut thousands off your total cost, and the 3 main funding options available to candidates. Understanding these costs and funding options is crucial whether you're currently working in banking, fresh out of college, or making complete career change. The decisions you make early on can save you thousands of dollars and months of time. So, what are the costs of certification? There are 4 main components. The education program at around $6,000 is typically your biggest expense and covers the board's required coursework. Exam prep at about $1,500 includes study materials and practice tests. And you'll need to pay about $1,000 to actually sit for the exam itself. Once you pass, there's about $600 in registration fees. These cover your partial year fee with the board as well as dues for next year. That brings your total to a staggering $9,100. Now, here's what some candidates don't realize. There's significant flexibility in these numbers, especially in the education and exam prep costs. For example, education programs can range from about $3,000 with providers like BIF to $6,000 with other institutions. If you're a CPA, CFA, lawyer, or any one of multiple professional designations, you might qualify for the accelerated path, which lets you bypass all the classes except for the capstone, which is only $1,000. For exam prep, the most cost-effective option is Kaplan's $600 Essential Review. However, you can self-study by purchasing books, question banks, and practice exams a la carte from the review programs. That means your total cost could potentially be closer to $3,000. Now, if you're wondering if this investment is worth it, check out my video about how much people make after getting certified. It's based off of the CFP Board's recent compensation study that surveyed 1,200 CFPs. I'll link it in the corner and in the description. Now that you understand the real costs and how to potentially reduce them by half, let's talk about your 3 main funding options: employer reimbursement, scholarships, and strategic self-funding. Let's start with employer reimbursements because, well, it's the most attractive option. If you're working in a large financial institution or wealth management firm like Edward Jones, there's a good chance that they have a program in place. Here's what you'll need to know. Most employers reimburse you after you pass the coursework, and again, after you pass the exam. Some firms will require that you stay at the company for 1 to 2 years after you receive your reimbursement. You'll likely need to get approval before starting the program, and be sure to keep detailed records of all of your expenses. Pro tip: even if your current employer doesn't have a formal program, consider having a conversation with your manager. Many firms are willing to support professional development, especially if you can demonstrate how the CFP designation will benefit the company. So maybe your employer will cover exam costs, they'll give you a $5,000 salary increase once you earn your marks. Whatever it may be, even if it doesn't cover the full cost of certification, it's still a big one. Now, your second funding option is scholarships. The CFP Board offers several need-based programs. Some offer free access to education programs and review courses, while others provide cash. Most scholarships are diversity-focused, including programs for career changers, women, and people of color. I'll share the link to the board scholarship programs in the description below. Education scholarships typically open in late August, while exam-specific scholarships typically happen 5 to 6 months before the exam period. Your third and final option is self-funding, which a lot of candidates find themselves doing. If you're going down this route, consider building a financial buffer before starting. This should cover the cost of certification, but also consider the often overlooked opportunity cost. Pursuing a CFP means juggling multiple priorities, and that includes your income. You might find yourself scaling back on client acquisition or even stepping away from a higher paying role if you're changing careers. These hidden costs, the income you're not earning, often outweigh the actual certification expenses. And this is exactly why it's important to test the waters before diving into the education requirement. Shadow a financial planner, interview CFPs, or take on a part-time role in the field. Now, if you're looking for roles that let you gain experience without sales pressure, check out my video on 4 entry-level positions in financial planning. I'll link it here. Now look, let me be clear about something. You don't need a CFP certification to be an excellent financial advisor. There are many successful advisors who serve their clients well without it. However, going through this program gives you something valuable, a comprehensive foundation in financial planning and rigorous hands-on experience across all areas of personal finance. Yes, there's a large upfront investment of time and money, but with smart planning, like the strategies we've covered here, you'll set yourself up for success in the long run. I'll see you in the next video.